Hello, Lovely. Can you please on your mic and camera? Hello. Yes. Hello, Lovely.
How you doing?
Please turn on your camera.
Okay.
Hi.
How you doing? How you
How are
been?
you?
I'm good. I'm good. So I couldn't get my slide off my computer. I've been trying like crazy. I couldn't get my slide on my iPad.
Yeah. Okay. And,
Yeah.
welcome to the Global Virtual Summit 2025, Lovely.
Oh, hold on, hold on. Oh shoot. I lost you. Sorry. There you
Yeah.
go. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes.
There you go. Okay. Sorry.
Can you please on your camera? You are not visible.
Okay. There you go. Okay. Perfect. Hi.
Can you please move back to your phone?
Oh, toward you or behind?
Little
That
bit.
way?
Yes, little bit.
More behind?
Yeah.
Like this? Okay.
Some
Okay.
left.
To the left.
No, it's right.
To all the other left.
Yes.
How about that?
Yes. Now it's
Is that
perfect.
better?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
And before starting the session, I want to introduce you to our audience, Lovely.
Yes. Well, I'm sorry? Yes.
Lovely is a wealth creator, commercial real estate expert, international best-selling author, and transformational business consultant. She is the founder and CEO of Pure Heavenly Hair LLC and a visionary entrepreneur committed to purpose, strategy, and the legacy. Her work empowers others to lead with confidence and clarity. Recognized for her impact in the business world, she inspires transformation through action. Lovely turns ambition into meaningful success. That was inspiring by your Lovely, and the stage is all yours.
Perfect. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm not sure you can see me. Hi, everyone. This is Lovely LaGuerre here from Las Vegas, and my company is Pure Heavenly Beauty Boutique. I'm the founder and CEO, and today I have the delight to be on the stage talking to you all across the globe. So I am very thankful to be here. It's all about my speaking is all about rise, rise above, when it comes to our purpose and there you go rising when it comes to business, on how we're starting and how we stay consistent and building from from start and to never waver and keep going. So my main thing is says, what is your why? It's not about your what, it's about finding your true purpose. So we speak about where we take bold beginnings. And like I said, I didn't start with a silver spoon when it comes to my business. It was all about a burning desire to do something, to be
Lovely.
more. Yes, can you hear me?
Sorry to interrupt, Lovely. Can you please set your camera? Like we are only seeing half of your face.
Oh, how about now?
Please move back.
Mac,
Yeah,
okay, back. Okay,
little bit
a
right
bit more.
and back.
How about that?
No. Can you please move left and
Left, okay,
somewhat back?
somewhat back. Okay, okay, how about now?
Yes, it's
Is that
perfect.
better? Okay,
Yes, please
because
proceed.
yeah, because yeah. So it's all about, like I said, I didn't have a silver spoon in my mouth when I started my business. It was something that I had to endure and learn. The challenges has been, rewarding at the end. And, through my entrepreneurship, it was, I had to balance since I had many hats as an entrepreneur. And let me tell you something, the fruition as I grow and take my time how I structure my business is to like breaking in pieces, time blocking, and finding the true strength as I go through through this world that sometimes doesn't accept us for who we are. So I had to finding all bits and pieces to find the tribes, the women behind it, to have remember as your business grow, it's not just you need it's all about having like a community. And to me, that was where it start happening, where I built with like with many team, where we started small, and as we get grow. And again, I have real estate, Pure Heavenly Beauty, creating others products. It takes time, where the countless sleeps, staying up at night, figure out how I will do my funding also, that like when it comes to my business. At the end of the day, it works out very well. So what I want to say, why I chose this path, for me, is entrepreneur wasn't just a career, it was a calling. For me, it really is a calling, when it comes to my, having a purpose. And it really is, my passion, and when I call to this, I call like, it's not like God. I felt the pain, when I decided to be, to have the solution, why my why is become my greatest fuel as I do this. And it's truly is, for me, it's exceptional to my legacy as I go on this world. That's part of my Pure Heavenly. And in my real estate, I've been, since 2006, doing commercial and luxury real estate. And it's been truly all about, like being, intentional as I grow my business, and providing, facts, be involved in the clients, timeline, and listen to them to deliver everything that is needs to be done in detail. And truly, that's been my, my best, as I go into my real estate world. So my wake up call when it comes to, having, throughout the journey, of course, I had failures, and my failures, as a business, thing, I invest, time, money, and, in my entire heart, sometimes it takes a toll, but, I had to figure it out. And, in the thing that I do know is like, never fear failure. And to me, that was my biggest, how to like, to accept and, and adapt. And, when those things come, to pivot. And truly, that was something that helps me, like, elevate as I maneuver throughout all my businesses. So I want to say to the beginners, out there, or, the season, as we are, as we're doing this, we're going to have those obstacles, we're going to have those challenges. And, by staying true to ourselves, and, be authentically us, and remember that, and taking bold moves, we will succeed in as we go through it. And another thing, so I would go say, what failure taught me. Failure taught me to be resilience, is strategy, and the power of doing, of doing when why are you scared? It can be messy, it can be frustrating, it can be scary, but remember, you have to do it anyway. Stay consistent, always stay on top, top of your game. And I learned more from didn't, work I did, I ever did, what I did. It was more so, if you're willing to be a student, your mistakes, your business will always evolve. So another thing is like I foster in is, is to having, coach, mentor, team, to be, to be always learning as I was, evolving my business. And that helps me go along the way. And that's another thing, I just never always say, I always, emphasize to please as you go, even though you have, the founder had the CEO, we can never stop learning. So that's one thing, and also to never stop creating. And that's one thing that, really keep me grounded in my, as I move along, along my business, my business. So another thing, I will say, I craft my next business with more wisdom and intention. I built on data, and divine alignment. So that helps me a lot. And tip for building, solve this real problem. That's what my product is, Pure Heavenly is all about. It's solve a problem for the women out there, to elevate them, to make them beautiful, to feel the confidence. And that's another thing that, actually that gave me that, that proud moment to create something so pure and something clean, cruelty free, vegan free product, as I entails in my Pure Heavenly. Again, many, many hats, and, writing in another, that's Pure Heavenly in a nutshell of the, real estate in there. So now I would say that my core value, what grounds me truly, is integrity, service, and courage, having the courage to keep going no matter what's happening. So that's one of the things that, that really truly, like, push me through, and keep resilience, be resilient in everything that you do. And knowing that, as we move forward, we're gonna have this, those, like, naysayers, into our, in mentioning and talking to us and saying that, hey, you're not able to do it, take your time, or maybe you do it next time. It's about you, how you feel inside. I start looking, from within, not outside. That's what I realized as I was building my businesses. So that was my true, how I find myself grounding myself. So when partnership, in that's but the legacy and my values is must not negotiate. So don't negotiate and know that you're what you truly are, after. What is your intention? What is your why? What is everything that you had, you want to internalize? You have to keep going. Almost like compartmentalizing, mentalizing it yourself as you go through it. So that's all because it's all from true, true insight. That's my core, value and grounding part. And they attract, tribe, and repel what's not aligned. So if it doesn't align, you have to know how to shift, pivot, and change your role. And it's okay. And it's okay if it feels like, oh my gosh, I had put so much time into what I'm doing. How do I, you're gonna figure it out. And as long as you know that you're not gonna give up, you're not gonna allow things, you're not gonna let naysayers into your ear as you moving through it, that it will be great, as you go along. So another thing, so I would say, that like again, knowing to pivot. That's my big thing. So I'm like, I know how everything is working. How many businesses do I have? What's not working? What's not, I have to shift in everything, in certain thing, in certain timing. So pivoting save my business. That's truly is something it does. It did truly come, as I said, when we are find things, it's not really coming, not going through, our way as we are hoping for. So when we pivot, I stopped chasing trends and started, listening to my audience, when it comes to my business, whether real estate and pure heavenly. And then my advice to you guys is to do not fear change. And it's all right. Not fear change, fear staying the same when growth demands an evolution. So you remember you're gonna, it's gonna make a great demand out there when you know how to like, pivot and then find the true strength in what you are doing, what's next. So don't drag on it, keep going. So that's my go-to always when I just like, by myself, that many hats, the founder, the business, the one that does the partnership, the one that does the money, the earnings, everything is all on my shoulder. So that helps when I pivot. So so I would say another thing I would say, your money moves and mindset shifts. That's huge because your mindset shift. It's coming up from a mindset to a growth mindset. A scarcity mindset does not do it. You have to know how to like adjust and with changing that pace as you go through, and it's like having that growth mindset in your money, in your value, in your money, everything that you do. Once I shifted my money mindset from scarcity to strategy, everything changed for me. Like I mentioned, I stopped playing small and start investing investing smart in things that I needed to know that certain things are needed now, or when can I wait, when can I when the time is the right time. I had to like figure out that bandwidth, like when is the so I shifted in this in a lot of ways as I go through. In my business skills, learn to budget like a CEO, like a CFO, like chief officer that you are. Invest like a visionary. Think like when it comes to that's being being money smart, being investing smart in everything that you do. And again, think like a mogul. That's one thing that that's called a growth mindset. As you go along, it starts small, and before you know it, you get to that point where it's like, whoa, it's different. It's a whole different mind game, and it's exciting because you feel like you are growing, and you feel like everything you have done thus far is paying off. It's coming to like really to fruition. Like it's like you are having that earning that that spot, knowing that you made it. You can walk to a boardroom and own it. You can step into the room. If it's not there for you, can create that table. All those become that kind of mentality. Wherever you felt like you were like small to not walk in. Now this door is all yours. You walk in like you own it. You like making your bold moves, bold steps in all that you do. And that's with every business that is that we are across the board. That's, I believe, for me, and it works for me. So I would hopefully that my share and take to you guys will you guys can take away with that what I'm sharing. So another thing is having purpose in my branding. It's huge because when you have your branding, you have to have a purpose. You cannot just like go out there and not really like not staying to the true to what you are mentioning, or who you are, and what you have to stay true to everything that you are doing. So for me, when it comes to branding purpose, it's huge. My brand is built on stories. It truly did. It's truly something that I start reading, like writing books. So here I am. I know their hats. I'm an author. best-selling author, Amazon bestseller, and it just keep going, and it's just not stopping. We got so much happening. So to me, staying on brand, and then fighting, my story, my service, and my soul. It's not just what I sell. It's what I stand for. It truly is what I stand for when it comes to my, my, my business, Pure Heavenly, and being a part of the real estate. How I carry myself going out there. I represent my brand everywhere I go, and to me, it's like a uniform. You must wear it every day. And when you just say a word, Pure Heavenly, everyone knows, hey, this is they can actually match it with my word, with my values, with my mission, everything that I stand for. Truly, it's something that that's my fruition as a baby, as building this company from ground up. So that's a lesson to learn. The lesson I could like to share with you guys. Listen, don't just buy your product. They buy it for your energy, your mission. They buy it because of you, and also to your why. So people are watching and they're listening. So make sure you're always out there, showing things that that makes that is standing out to what your company is about. So that's another thing I want to share, to all of you guys. After marketing into a message, truly, every post product in your page, that in a purpose. My tip for you guys as it comes to a branding part, which is major in your company. Whatever you do, branding is major. And staying on course is major. So build your marketing strategy around community, your connection and conversation, not just conversion. So meaning you're not just like even for me, for my real estate, it's not just about transaction. It's about transformational. And when I meet with my clients, truly is about about how they feel, how they what they are buying, how it's gonna make them feel at the end. It's not about hey, I'm here for buying for $1, selling a product. No, it's more to it, and that's what makes my brand with my community here a better rising above a lot of things that we do here. Build, be a part of nonprofit, connecting with others, be the community to me is major when it comes to a brand. You don't have a community to pretty much, you just don't feel like you are going anywhere because they speak, you touch them, they understand you, they feel you, they see you, and you see them, you hear them, and you change things you need to when it comes to your branding. It's all about, make them feel whole, because at the end of the day, the it's about a solution. Essentially, like selling, it's about a product that there's a solution to it, an aftermath, and that to me is truly is major for me. Making others feel valued and beautiful and confident. To me, that's what my Pure Heavenly Beauty is all about, and I am passionate about that every day. And my company is getting better and better because I would never waver to anything less, only luxury beauty. So that's a part of my company. And as you do any business you do, you just make sure, remember, master your crafts because no one gonna do it for you but yourself. So when you're doing something that is so true to your core value, being authentic self, and you believe in it, make sure others see it. Make sure that when they put their hand in it, or see whatever it is, that or whatever it is, whether you're coaching, whether you're consulting, whether you are selling something, when the audience connect with you, make sure they feel it, they understand it. It's not about just about there's no numbers. It's not transactional, like I said. It's not a conversion. It's not making a dollar. It's about transformational. It's about conversation. It's about touching and see you and then hear you, everything. So everything in between. That's what it's about when it comes to a brand. And truly, to me, brand is like is number one as you build your company. Also, it's major. For another thing, I would say the power of visibility. It's huge. Being seen changed everything. I stopped hiding, start showing up, and took the mic I once feared. I had learned, as I write my books, I have to go out there and be like, book tour. And that's another thing that I used to fear. At the end of the day, you get in that stage, when you get that stage, you get that mic in your hand, everything's gone. Because you're talking, as you are talking to inside, from inside and out, nothing can stop you because you are being authentic self. No, you not feel forced. You are there to deliver a message, to make sure someone here, make sure you deliver a message to someone, to touch someone that does not know how to start their own business, or know how, or even hear the motivational, inspirational, inspires them. Show them like, hey, whatever I'm doing, you too can do it too. So show them like, like as you move through this world, if you choose to start doing something that is, true from core, from the start, don't give up. Be consistent. And remember, when you start delivering your message, you want others to feel it. You want to connect with your audience. You want to, understand that, I've gone through all this, steps. And I want to make sure every step of my stone it doesn't left unturned. Everything gonna be turned because I'm gonna tell you everything that I had endured, my challenges and my true where I've come from in my journey. To me, in the experiences, to me, sharing it with you is gonna get you better. Maybe like 10, whether it is 5 steps ahead. I am good for that, and that's all I want to see is helping others, and I thrive in helping others. That's one of my biggest things. So I love that. That's what I write books to really share with how thrive in business and in life in your personal space. So that's my module. That's my really consulting how I touch with others in this space, and I love it. So the other thing I would say when it comes to that is like your voice is your powerful currency. Don't forget that. So speak value, speak authentically, where your word align with who you are. Your word align with what you are telling others out there, and stay positive. Always be in a mindset of greatness, because no one can take that away from you once you are in that space, that mindset, that growth mindset. It's all you, and you are and remember, you are the CEO, you are the captain of your ship. Everything is all about you sharing your stage. This is your stage. You invite others, make them feel valuable, make them feel welcome. So that's what my books is about when it comes to turning as I writing books, being a part of community and having private business. How I just show you steps by steps what you need, and if you're already halfway already, I'll hold your hand as well. That's what I do. So I love doing that, and truly is nothing more fundamental for my business. So I love sharing when it comes to the voices. So use it before someone else speaks for you. So let no one take your space. Let no one speak for you, because you are you. You are that person that's showing up. So show up with great value. Show up with authentic self, and remember when you show up, everyone knows what that brand's about. They remember you. You resonate with them. And so that's one thing I would share when it comes to that. Another thing I would say, building a winning team, because you cannot go anywhere without a team a lot of the time when it comes to business. And I know sometimes we can thrive, being on our own, because we have to be very careful with this world, how some others make us feel small. And you feel like maybe it's not, I don't need a tribe. Trust and believe me, you do need a tribe. A team, remember it's going to take time to build as you go through. Having a team help you to go 10 times fold. That's my take. And I remember it helps my business truly. So I would say to you, no empire built alone. That's one thing. Remember, no empire built alone. I learned to hire for heart and train for skill. To me, that's major. Culture become my secret weapon. And it's truly is telling. And I share that with great heartfelt, because no, to me that's just like, no, you cannot draw any line in the sand for that. You have to have a great team to have them where they like say for instance, for me, I'll give you a quick example. If you have a business you're running and you need something happen to you, when you have a team, you trust and then they trust in your business, they trust in your product, they trust in your value and your mission. You have to also to deliver that, so they want to understand it. As your team evolve with you, that become their own thing that they really endure in love, and so when you have to step away, they're able to feel that space for you. You have no fear. So that's one thing about when it comes having a team. It truly is something you have to like. Sometimes I know it might be like, hey, I'm a CEO, I'm a founder, this is my company, whatnot. I don't want everyone to think of me, think for me. You don't want someone to take your space, but at the same time, sometimes, we are human. Things can happen, and you remember you want someone that you trust with your business. Everything that you do, you want them to be like almost like train them, like if they choose to learn, into your business, and you want them to like understanding what they are delivering, for them to believe in you, they believe in your product, and speak like your business, the value of that. So that's one thing I would say. So I would say, hire slowly, fire quickly if you need to, because it will change. Some may not believe in what you are offering. They may see no value in it, and it's okay. It's okay to pivot. That's a word again, pivot and change. And you have to also have to adapt to certain things that's going to happen in the business, because the business, let me tell you something, a lot can happen real quickly. I've learned that all of my years, a lot. So, and always lead with empathy. So always have care. Always, always approach them when if things didn't go the right way. Don't make them feel small, but explain to them the reasoning. If you feel like they're not matching with you, it's okay. And sometimes it may take a little, they may like have to say, hey, what can I do to make things better? You are here to explain that, to share that with them, or create, having courses, having like a handbook, a manual book to just make the understanding. So that's a part of the team building. So that's huge in the business. So another thing I would say, system to scale. What is not to scale? When you remember, when you have a business, automate, automate, automate. Taking away that it gives you life. It makes life so simple. It makes things so much easier when you can put a system into together into with your business. And it's major for me. And I say growth without system is a chaos. What is again, right? What you need to have that. It's really like it makes a difference in everything that you do in your life, where you can be like, at ease. You can find self-care. You can have time to go to a meeting when you know things are working for you behind the scene. And then when there's a 2 in the morning, things are working fine because you have create a system. Again, you do want to make sure you put those together. It's major. Whether it is, in the e-commerce space, whether it is in the real estate space, whether it is in the book selling tour space, you want to have all of those, the newsletters, your SEO, all of those stuff or system. You want to cultivate them. And to me, I thrive on that. And I am so thankful to find a system that can help, set up my business, setting my heart at peace at night, knowing that I have that created. And it's major. And then I'll say another thing, I ultimately to delegate and simplified. That is when my business scaled, and so did my sanity. I just share with you that it's huge. So it's a major part. And I think I would say I'll take away, create a system that allow you to work on your business. They give you time to go out there. We get to meet others. We get time to go out there and be a part of the community. Whether it is you have to do a luncheon, a networking event, whatnot. How you have your company working for you without you. You have to have it's working you. So that's another thing you have to remember all that. You're not just in it, you just make sure that everything is correctly, running smoothly. And it makes life so much easier. Trust and believe me, I know that as I'm speaking to you. And also another thing I'll say, knowing your audience. I spoke to that a little bit earlier. Knowing your audience is deeply. It's huge because you want them to feel seen, heard, and understanding what you are, what you are showing up, to telling them, because they don't know. It's your job to tell them, to share with them what exactly are you are explaining to do. It's some, so it's all come up. Understanding my customer was a game changer for me. It truly is. And I stopped selling and started serving. So that's the big deal. Like I said, it's not about making a sale. It's not about transactions, it's about transformational. It's not about, conversion, it's about conversation. And it's huge. Study your audience like a love language. It's just nothing to it. Once you have your audience with you, you have a systematic, you have your team together. Let me tell you something. That hat that you have, you're gonna love that many hats more, because you are placing something so good. It's gonna create that legacy, that building, that things that you are so wanting for so long, and you will see your fruition, your journey. And now you can, celebrate your own self. That helps a lot. So I would say the pinpoints or your business blueprint. So yeah, so do that. No, remember that. No, that's your audience. Connect with them. It's a major. So I would say, we write in the narrative. That's another topic I want to talk about. I stopped living out of survival mode and step into my legacy mode. Legacy mode to me has been a long coming now, a long journey now. I became the author of a new chapter, not just for me, but for others, for the voice that I'm creating onto that space, for who I'm showing up as I'm showing up as lovely LaGuerre, whether it is a pure heavenly, whether it is lovely sales Las Vegas, whether it is lovely is that writer, the author. It is, don't let them write to the radio, because this is your hat. So I said, but for generation come, you have to be that person as you walk into the room. And insight, you have the pen, you get to rewrite your story at your own moment. No one get to do it for you. This is your ship. You are the captain of your ship. Master your crafts. No one can redo it for you. Only you. No one can redo what you have inside of you. Remember what I always share with others as I meet them for consulting. Coaching is that God created us with our own fingerprints. I always say that always. It does not all equal. So therefore, we all have our own path. We all have our own journey. So we just gotta stick to that, and then do create as we did. Write your own story. Let no one do it for you, because your story has power. It has voices, and you, my dear, has voices. And all entrepreneur in this room, all across the globe listening to this, you are the captain of your ship. Your word has power. Everything you speak good to your life, speak good to yourself. Right? Let everyone knows this is my story. I'm gonna make it happen the way I want to. So that's another thing you have to really. It's about believing. It's about believing in yourself, believing in what you are, who you are, and what you are doing. Be other thing, showing up authentically you. So that's something that you cannot. Nothing can change that. So that's my share. When purpose drives your business, profit becomes a byproduct, right? I align impact with income, and that change the game. Purpose-driven businesses don't just survive; they scale with soul. Have a soul, figure it out. What is your purpose? What is your why? What not? Not your why, not your what. So that's that's part of the whole business transition. In the real definition of success, I was not is to share with you, ladies. Say success is not just revenue; it's freedom. When you get to everything that I just mentioned, from from the beginning to where we are now, success is not it is truly not just a revenue, it's freedom. And as I mentioned, system, scaling, team building, all that come to it's all trickle down to where we are right now. So in its impact, its peace, in the joy of watching others rise because you dare to start. You dare to start. Like I said, don't be fear. Nothing to fear. When you think, remember, you're gonna when you start this, you're gonna have time where you're gonna feel small. You're gonna be like, feel like, I don't think I can do this. You're gonna have doubts. Don't doubt yourself. Woman, woman, I will say, woman, I'm here to tell you, or men, whoever listening to this, I'm here to tell you, this is your story, so do it anyway. It's gonna feel messy, it's gonna feel scary. Do it anyway. Take the chance, take the dive, and your success will be amazing at the end. Actually, I would emphasize, say your success will be shown. You will be so happy that you did. So take away, define success on your own terms, not social media. So remember, out there, it's a lot of noise. The noise is out there. It truly is something that you have to understand when you need to shut it down. Take your time when you get up in the morning, instead of grabbing that phone to listen to what's going on in the world. Have peace with yourself. Find a self-awareness. Knowing that, hey, what about me right now? This very, when you open your eyes that morning, in the morning, everything I said, thank God for waking up. And then I literally, like, stay, sit still and take a deep breather and appreciate my self-awareness to say, thank God I am here. This is a new beginning, new day, new everything. Everything gonna shift the way you have, you imagine it. Because when you open that social media, the noise is not what you want. It is shift the energy. So you want energy to be shifted by an early morning of self-awareness, how you feel, how you're gonna move the day, how it's gonna make things change for you throughout the day. And to me, that is number one. You do not, as a day starting, you as your day starts, you start telling yourself, this is what that's what I'm gonna be. Today's gonna be a good day. Today's gonna be a new beginning. No one gonna change it for me. Your positive energy will stand. So that's one thing, when it comes to social media and the noise. Keep it quiet. It works. It works for me. And another thing, I was closing the closing part for me to you. I stand before you not just as someone who had it all figured out, but as someone who kept it going. You have everything you need to build something powerful. It is up to you to start. And again, I dare you, don't say I dare you to start. Please, let me dare you. Start. Don't take tomorrow. Tomorrow's not promising. It is start today. Whatever you have in mind, take a little part of say, what, I want to do this today. Well, I don't know if I can. Well, I don't have money. And I understand that sometimes it can be hard. Remember, you have family member, or perhaps they may not support you. This community, there's outreach out there. There's so many things that's in wherever you live. There's places you can call for the government, to the city where you at. Figure it out, make some phone calls, connect with people. They're gonna help you lead the way. So remember that. So, and then I say another thing, to build something powerful, something purposeful, something legendary. So remember, everything is intentional. That's one thing that's major. My closing word to you is say, don't just chase the dream, become the woman, the man, the leader who makes the dream inevitable. The word for us right now in these days and age is limitless. Don't limit yourself too small. Don't shrink to someone else's voice. Rise, woman. I'm here to tell you, if you ever need anything, which can lovely, pure heavenly, lovely sales Vegas, or connect with me in IG. I lovely, lovely sales. Lovely Vegas commercial, Las Vegas. So I'm here to connect to lead the way. Thank you for having me on stage.
Thank you so much, Lovely. That's really a great talk. And we have some few questions from our audience, Lovely, and I want to ask you one of them.
Mm-hmm.
How do you stay empowered and resilient in the face of challenges or failure?
My goodness, that's something that every day comes. You don't know when it's coming. You just have to know when to, like, to allow when it comes. You start to be ready to make the shift, to pivot, to find, what is the things small that I can make the change into, starting small, to the bigger part, where you don't let that, shake you. Be unshakable. And also to like ground yourself. Be in the mindset where you're not gonna let it scare you, or let it, frighten you. Understand that, every process that you are doing, and like every business you take in doing life, you will have challenges. You just gotta endure it, and you gotta stay. Remember, and I don't know, it's called express yourself. And be resilient, and stand bold in what you are doing, and don't let nothing challenge you to make you feel small, or make you not take the step. You just gotta believe in yourself, be authentically you, and everything will fall to place. And again, another thing I want to say, really truly, I truly believe in everything that we do as women, as any entrepreneur, knowing your why you started. So when you know when you started, you will keep you going consistently. Stay consistent in everything that you're doing, because the moment that you start creating, you take a shift in whatever you were trying to do, like tenfold. You're taking a back step. So always stay consistent. Learn. Find people that can help you. Figure out what it is that you want to get unstuck. Don't feel stuck, because there's always something out there that can help us unstuck. I tell you, out there we have so much resources, so much people that can assist you and hold your hand. You just gotta know if you feel like it is overwhelming, you cannot figure it out. Reach out to other communities, to women, to Facebook even groups, and ask a question. Someone will answer. I promise you that.
Yeah, thank you so much for
Yeah.
your answer, Lolly. And you have done really great job. Really appreciated.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I
Yeah,
appreciate you all.
yeah, thank you. And beyond the backstage, and please join our next session, Lolly.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks
So
so
go in the
much.
backstage.
Yeah.
Yeah, bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye. Have a good day.